Just think about this for a minute or two. You go on holiday once or twice a year, a couple of times on an aeroplane. You have to go through this big rigmarole about your seating position, your seat belts, on takeoff and landing. They won't let you fly unless you stick rigidly to those rules. There's a little card that you have to read. And I think that's the way it should be, and that's the way it should be in your car. You do that in an aeroplane once or twice a year. You should be doing that every time you get in your car. And of course, you'll be driving your car hundreds, if not thousands of times during the course of the year. So just do a quick check every time you get in your car. First thing, of course, put your seatbelt on. The #1 safety device. I mean, there's no argument about it. All the safety experts agree. The thing that's more likely to save your life in an accident in a car is this seatbelt. Not your airbag, not your side impact beam, not your four-wheel drive, your ABS. It's the seatbelt that will probably save your life. So wear it on every occasion. Also put the anchorage point of that seatbelt down as far as you possibly can, because in the unlikely event of you rolling a car over, there's less distance for your head to travel to the roof of the car, which has obvious, potentially lethal consequences if the seatbelt is close to your shoulder. You don't want your seatbelt up there. That gives you distance to travel. You don't want that. See that? That is a problem. You might think that's a humble mobile phone. In fact, that is the equivalent of a house brick flying around in the event of an accident. So don't have mobile phones hanging around. Just as on the airlines they tell you to put your bottles in the overhead bins, put your mobile phone in the glove box, or better still in the boot, because you shouldn't be using your mobile phone when you're on the move. They're wretched things anyway. They should never have been invented. Driving position, very, very important. I mean, you might think I'm a little bit too close to the steering wheel, but according to the instruction I've had from all corners of the world, from the States to mainland Europe to, too many countries to mention really. Sweden is the other place where I was very surprised when the expert drivers always complained to me that I was too far away from the wheel. You don't want to be like this, Sterling Moss style. You don't want to be like this, like a little old lady either. You want to be in between the two, a good bend in your arms, a little bit closer to the steering wheel than you might think. Stretch your arms out like that, have your wrists resting on the top of the wheel, and they're about the right distance. The reason for that really is that you get much more leverage in your steering. Just do that as you're sitting in front of the TV now. You can get lots of leverage when the wheel is close to you, or the imaginary wheel is close to you. You don't get so much leverage, of course, if you're stretching your arms like that. A lot of accidents happen on country roads because people run out of leverage when they're actually trying to steer. And the closer you get to the wheel, the more movement you'll get in that steering wheel. The downside of that is you're a little bit closer to that airbag, and that could be potentially damaging, especially if you happen to be smoking a pipe at the time. So no smoking pipes, no drinking drinks when you're driving, certainly not out of hard cups or cans or bottles.